the most efficient passing attack in the entire league. How do you beat a team on the third attempt after proving you couldn't the first 2 times? And how do you beat a team that believes they're driven by destiny? This is your guide to the divisional round. This is NFL Total Access. Welcome to NFL Total Access. I'm your host, MJ Acosta-Ruiz. The divisional round is a heartbeat away, so we'll keep your heart rates up as we set the table for every matchup. Our Hall of Fame running back, LaDainian Tomlinson, along with our Super Bowl winning coach, Brian Billick, they're here to join me. We'll talk matchups and upsets ahead of a full playoff weekend. We've got quarterbacks on the mic today, starting with a well-rested Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They were out on the practice field today preparing for the Rams. It's going to be clear skies and in the upper 20s at Lambeau on Saturday, but Rodgers says he wants it to be just a little colder when the Rams come to town. Hey, any edge you could possibly get when you face a team with a dominant pass rusher like Aaron Donald, yeah, that's going to go ahead and help.
I said it back in 2018, it's very rare that you have an impact player that rushes from the inside. There's just not as much space. J.J. Watt has done it for a long time and also done it on the edge. But most of the real impact players when it comes to pass rush are edge rushers. A little different with 99. He's a special player. Obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer, impact player every single year, a guy that you have to game plan for. You have to be aware of where he's at all times. And just one of those special talents that we haven't seen a whole lot of in this game, in the history of the game. So a lot of credit to him, the way he takes care of himself, his motor. And he's somebody that you got to be worried about.
All right, LaDainian Tomlinson and Brian Billick, welcome in, you guys. And now apparently the Packers are in a calm but still very much frozen tundra waiting for the Rams to come into town. Now, LA put on quite a show in the wild card, but I'm really looking at this defense. Aaron Donald still recovering from that injury he suffered in that game. So, Coach, can this Rams pass rush get enough pressure on Aaron Rodgers this weekend?
Yeah, sure they can, because just as you heard, when you talk about Aaron Donald on the inside, the key is that it just can't be Aaron Donald. We talk about Tom Brady, and what do? You want to move him off his mark. Well, I don't know that you want to do that with Aaron Rodgers. You move him off his mark, he gets the outside, he'll kill you there. So the pass rush, it can't be just Aaron Donald inside. It has to be the pass rush on the outside. You have to contain him inside the pocket and make him operate from there. Now, it's in conjunction with what's going on in the back end. He and Davante Adams have been spectacular, but obviously with Jalen Ramsey, I imagine he's going to travel with Davante Adams. So it's the combination of, yes, get pressure up the middle. Don't let him escape to the outside. So you got to contain him. And then now what can we do down the field in containing Davante Adams?
Yeah, Coach, I completely agree with you. And if I was, the LA Rams, I would take a page out of the Buccaneers defense, what they did to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers earlier in the year when they faced him. And I know, the Rams are not a defense that likes to pressure like the Bucs. They don't really do that because they do have Aaron Donald, and they can get pressure with 4 and line stunts and all that kind of stuff. But if Aaron Donald is not completely healthy, Coach, then maybe you need to ramp up the pressure just a little bit more. You put Jalen Ramsey on Davante Adams, take Davante Adams out of the game. That way you can play coverage with the other guys in the secondary, and it allows you to be, a little bit more elusive or a little bit more exotic with your blitz packages and things like that. Because I agree with you. You can't just rush Aaron Rodgers up the middle. You got to be exotic with your rushes. You got to have rush integrity. All those things the Rams are going to have to be really good at doing. If they can do that, I like their chances. They match up very well with this Green Bay Packers team.
LT, I love that you mentioned them taking a page out of that Bears playbook, because we are going to get into that a little later in the show and see if they can maybe borrow a few things as we get into one of these matchups. And guys, the Packers and the Rams, they start off the divisional round on the latest news from around the league. Mike Garafolo joins us now. And Mike, let's get some updates on the coaching front. What can you tell us about what's going on with the Jets?
Robert Saleh, the 49ers defensive coordinator who had a bunch of interviews this cycle, had some last year as well, on his way to meet with Jets brass. It'll be the first in-person interview for the Jets. This according to me and Ian Rappaport. Kind of an intriguing one. Saleh's got a big personality. We see everything he does kind of on the sidelines during games. Would be interesting to see that mix between him, the Jets, the New York market. He certainly is highly thought of. He's believed to be one of a couple of finalists for the Jets. One other one, I am told, is Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator from the Titans, but the Jets have plenty of company on Smith. Those are two different personalities, by the way. Smith very much reserved, Saleh very much out there. Saleh also requested by the Philadelphia Eagles, who have begun their coaching search. Todd Bowles is another name, the defensive coordinator from the Buccaneers, that we can confirm they are interested in interviewing. We're hearing a lot of defensive names coming out of Philly early on as the names start to trickle out. But that is really a product of this team getting started on a coaching search that they really weren't expecting, because I was told it was Jeffrey Lurie's decision here, and now it's going to be Howie Roseman and Don Smolenski really doing a lot of the legwork on the coaching search. So look for this one to take some time. Really a tough read right now because they're just getting started while other teams are deep in the process.
Oh, yeah. Still a while to go before a final decision is made there. All right. Another hot coaching name, though, from the last few years, Garofalo, has been Eric Bieniemy. Could Houston be a potential landing spot there?
According to Rappaport, they have put in a request to interview Bieniemy. Now, they can't do it right now because they missed their window, would have been last week. And everybody out there saying, what were you waiting for, right? Deshaun Watson wants Eric Bieniemy interviewed. So, of course, that's how folks are looking at this right now, saying, are they just trying to appease Watson? Because we know